Hello and good morning, everyone. Have a blessed Advent time. So, I bring to you today the surprise of inspired and channeled stories that I wrote. I only wrote them myself. Spirit gave them to me. So, I hope you enjoy. Get relaxed. Maybe we take a breath together. One deep breath with the earth beneath us, and one with the skies above us, and one with the waters around and within us. May the blessings of earth, sky, and waters be with us in this sacred time. Now comes my first story, and it is called The Feather. When I went for a walk by the nearby lake some time ago, it was April 1st. It was quite fresh. I was warmly wrapped. The wind was crisp and grass tufts. Leaf buds and cherry blossoms were wearing hoods of snow. As always, I stopped at a bay where feathers from gray herons and swans and storks from wild geese and ducks like to wash up on the shore. A large white feather sailed ahead of me, and as I ran after it, it landed gently on the ground. I bent down, pleased to pick it up, and looked around for the bird that had given it to me. But there was not a single one to see. Instead, I spotted a small wooden boat in the shallow water. Someone sat in it and waved at me. How could that be? This is a nature reserve. There are no boats here. Curiously, I approached. The closer I got, the stronger I felt an almost magical attraction. I could see a face, wrinkled, hoary. It smiled at me. Come here, my child. Sit down next to me. Have no fear. We've known each other forever. When I reached the boat, I felt a warm spring breeze. It smelled of exhilarating hyacinths. He offered me his wrinkled hand, which I grabbed. And climbed into the swaying boat. Now I could see his dark blue coat. A hood covered his snow-white hair. His beard reached down to the waist. He wore only sandals on his bare feet. A brown velvet pillow lay beside him. He directed me to sit down. Held my hand as we sat in silence, watching the wild geese come in for landing. Yes, I knew this furrowed hand. Many times it had held mine, not just in this life. Tears are running down my cheeks. I feel so deeply touched. Our talk is free of thoughts, free of words, just feeling, gratitude, fulfilled longing in the here and now. Blinded by tears, I felt the pressure of his hand ease, the sense of his gentle closeness fading. When I rubbed my eyes to see, he was already vanished. The boat was an old washed-up log that had been there forever. Only the white feather remained in my lap, and the scent of hyacinths in my memory. I shivered, continued my walk, with a big smile on my lips, remembering Merlin. And now, we have the story of the green marble. And this is the first chapter of it. Oh no! This marble also had too much momentum and shot over the track into the hedge. Here, at the end of the large garden, he could play undisturbed, undetected by the curious neighbors. Apparently, they had nothing else to do but watching children and then complain about them to their parents in the evening. Just yesterday, with great effort, he had torn out tufts of grass and smoothed the future marble track with some rainwater from the large puddle in the yard. At its end, he had scratched a hollow in the ground using a branch. The marbles should roll in there. Should. Now he had to crawl under the hedge and collect his treasures again. Easier said than done. Ouch! Why does such a prickly thing have to grow here of all places? He blurted out as he crawled across the cold ground. Well, well, don't be so cheeky, my boy. I've been growing here a little longer than you. He couldn't believe his ears and squinted upwards. Nothing to see, except spiky, jagged leaves and bright red berries. Yes, you see right. It's me, Holly. And who are you? Andrew, he said, still completely taken aback. But I don't see anyone. To see me, you have to close your eyes. What a nonsense! But while you're talking anyways, You better tell me where my marbles rolled. I can't find them anywhere. Don't be so hard-hearted, Andy. You won't get far that way. So what? He replied defiantly. Then he became quiet. What is it? Did I sting you? No. It's just been a long time since anyone called me Andy. Holly offered him her round red berries as a replacement for his lost marbles. That's nice of you, even though I still find it strange to talk to a bush. He took a deep breath. The marbles are my sister's. Oh, that really sounds like trouble if you don't find them again. No, not that, he answered quietly. My sister. But before he could finish the sentence, he burst into tears. Move a bit closer, little Andy. I'm holding you. And then he felt invisible arms wrap around him and gently rock him until his sobs stopped and his breathing became calmer. I think I know how you find them, he heard Holly say. All you have to do is crawl further under me, way to the other side of the hedge. A narrow path leads downhill there. Follow it until you come to a fork in the path. Can you whistle? Andy nodded in surprise. Then whistle. Andy whistled. It sounded more like a croak, but Holly said, That's enough. Grab a handful of my red berries. You'll need them to trade. Andy obediently picked the berries and wrapped them in a handkerchief. Do you think I can get back before dinner? Otherwise, I'll get in real trouble. And it's about to get dark. Maybe I should postpone the whole thing until tomorrow. No, now, at dusk, it's right. Tomorrow the new snow will have covered all tracks. Then, giggling softly, she added, Where you go, there is no time. Then the comforting arms withdrew and the giggling ceased. Only he was still crouching under that prickly bush. Holly, he thought, reaching into his pocket. There was the handkerchief, and in it the bright red berries. He had not dreamed everything. The path downhill, the fork, the whistle, the marbles, and his sister. he missed her. They had been inseparable. And then it was all over. His mother had never talked about it. Her heart was broken. Only he remained, a twin, and yet alone. Tears welled up in his eyes again. But no, do not give up. Now is the time, Holly had said, and he was desperate to get the marbles back, especially the one. Let's go. So maybe you can dream of how the story goes on. And until then, I will read out a journey, a spiritual journey that I took, experienced during a session. And this visionary story I was allowed to write down. And it's called Oidin and the Serious Breath Healing. Breathe. Sitting in the circle around the purple fire, I ask for a guide for this journey. Huge brown claws appear from the background in front of my eyes. They belong to a giant brown golden dragon with scales like pine scones. I am Oidin, the dragon of the realm of trees. Oh, Oisin, the old tree dragon. No, Oidin. Would you like to join me on this journey? All is well. He rises, too big to put his claws on my shoulders. I feel the desire to draw his pine cone scales. So beautiful they are in that chocolate brown with golden tips. Later, he takes me onto his left shoulder, and I receive a cone-like cover too. Will it burn in the flames? He steps into the purple flames and we ascend. Our cone scales release small flames like tongues from inside. Slowly, the tips turn from golden to glowing red. On the platform of the stellar gateway, we cool down. Golden resin is dripping from our scales like honey. We are all covered with it, waiting for it to dry and harden. Where are we going? Towards a fiery planet. You are now well prepared. I sit down on his back, trying to cling my arms around his neck. Then we take off. Even from far, the planet we are heading for radiates light and heat. What is our purpose? We are messengers of peace. We bring the message of peacefulness to the central sun of our universe. How can we do that? We breathe slowly, calmly, and we do not do hide or flight. We stand still in our presence and breathe. Not too deep, just gently and regularly. Close your eyes and look at the burning ball. Don't move. After a while, you will see the erupted flares passing by. At first, they are wild and hot. Then they calm and cool down. This is the way to do it. You can't negotiate with a burning ball. Feel this experience. And you will have to teach this technique to other humans. You can use journeys like with Lotus Love Lines, ask Ria, or meditations for it. This needs to become a daily routine for many. I'm always there to support you. You are like kin to me and my realm of trees. We want planet Earth to survive and shift. And you, the humans, are part of it. You need to use your powers. Remember who you are and where you come from. You need to act. Humanity is given the power of choice. It is your choice to survive and shift as one with Mother Earth, or not. We are multidimensional beings. We can shift the way and where we need to fulfill the law of love. For example, shape shift, color shift, realm shift. But we can only choose for the highest good, and that is love. We honor and follow the law of love. That is our purpose. And we can only intervene in your realm if you invite us to do so. Together we keep breathing, calming down ourselves, soothing ourselves. We are removing ourselves back through the purple flames into the circle. Oiden withdraws, and with him my cone scale cover. Thank you for traveling with me. Now, as we come closer to the end, I read to you a breathing poem of stillness. Maybe you like to take another deep breath. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Feel the chair under you and in your back. Stillness. Bubbles of stillness evolve from the fertile ground of my body. Pearlescent spheres gently drift upwards in a white pillar of light, reflecting the prism of the rainbow on their shiny surface. They hold the treasures of stillness, memories of Vipassana, transcending body, sacred breath, creating beauty in every in and out, releasing it in, pause. This is the moment spirit ignites inspiration. Pause. Moment of being still, silent. No move, inside and out. It is the Spirit's kiss breathing my higher self into earthly life. Aligning my physical body with my higher essence. Breathing in, pause. Breathing out, pause. Being the love of God. Reflections of the dawning sun gently touch my face. Ignite. Reflecting bliss in the stillness of my heart space. Peace is born. Breathing in peace. Pause. Breathing out peace. Pause. Creating bliss within and without. Gratitude keeps bubbling more and more, spheres gently floating to the surface of my existence. Letting go of bliss. Thank you for listening to Spirit's wisdom. I hope you enjoyed this time, and well, I wish you a few more days of Advent, of awaiting the sacred Christmas time. I wish you a wonderful, light-bringing solstice and a Merry Christmas to all of us. Thank you.